Welcome to the beautiful world of aquascaping. Welcome to the Green Aqua Gallery. Yeah! We're having an ADA workshop at Green Aqua. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let me call to the stage the star of the day, Daichi Araki. Welcome to Green Aqua.
Thank you.
Welcome. And also we have another guest here, and he's none other than Deputy Director of ADA, Mr. Yoshinori Kondo. Welcome to Green Aqua. Welcome. Right. Araki-san is going to do the workshop. He is the youngest Suikei creator at ADA. Suikei creator means layout creator, yeah?
Yeah, aquascape.
Aquascaper.
Yes.
He is probably the last generation that learned from Mr. Amano himself.
In 2015, he created a 40 meters tank. And
Florestas Submersas in Portugal.
Now I think it's really beautiful, but in the beginning, we had many problems like algae. In the beginning, I couldn't recover because 40 meters is huge. I never do that, and I don't know everything.
Now you know everything.
Yeah, actually yes. Mr. Amano every day called me to make better. Think by yourself. But he was not there, so that's why I said, okay, understand. Sure. Hai, wakarimashita, exactly, yeah.
The reason you are here is when we visited the ADA gallery, I was really inspired by 160p tank, and I immediately said that when you come to Green Aqua, I would like you to make a similar tank here in this. Araki-san, before we take the light, I would like you to talk about the technology a little bit.
Okay. This is new cabinet. And this is new light. Sounds good?
Mr. Amano, started this business about 30 years ago. We are taking over his spirits, even for the product development or promotion activities. Then we wanna move forward with the hobbyists all over the world. We developed this RGB light to tow aquatic plants beautifully for nature aquarium or aquascaping.
It's same color as solar RGB, so it's different from Aquasky G and MOOR. Those are, I think, more yellow, but this is more green, and the red color is also good, and it's not strong as moon type. If you have too much light, you can get algae problems, so that's why it's reduced a little bit for like a beginner or middle level.
Let's talk about the layout a little
Yeah,
bit. Can
please. Let me explain the concept of the layout. The first concept is the epiphytic plants growing on the rock, like that, like island. The nature aquarium is the biggest concept, learn from nature and create nature. The second concept is PowerPoint. Sorry. Let me talk about the cabinet, maybe. So second theme is nature aquarium as an interior. For me, it's important. Not too much hard to maintenance.
In the name of Green Aqua, thank you.
Yeah.
Yesterday and today, you were arranging some wood in the warehouse of Green Aqua, and you made 4 different layouts.
So this is my first hardscape. This is the second, but almost similar as the final ones. I'm missing something here, so that's why I add some more root. I wanna use more light, softer wood, so that's why I prefer to use the branch wood. This is main wood. I already tied some rock. We don't do this in ADA actually, but for this time, he's gonna put on YouTube, so he really wants me to do this shed, so that's why.
I would like to know why you don't do this type of rock attaching with zip tie in Japan in the gallery, and why you do it today. There must be a reason.
We follow traditional way. Actually, that's it. And I don't want to use artificial stuff.
And you also don't use glue.
It's also artificial, so that's why it's the same reason. This time, actually, I already wrapped the moss and Hygrophila pinnatifida UK, which is the main plants of this layout. I use moss mat and cup, no jelly, it's water. In the first, you can wrap with big space.
What happens if the moss is too thick?
The under part will die because no light and no water flow. So this is TERRA tape, our products from Duo. It's possible to pulling water from inside to outside. So that's why you can make wet like outside of the tank.
Everybody starts with pouring in the gravel, but you just start with a hardscape. This I find very rare and strange.
It's not strange actually. It's depend of layout. And this time I use soil and cosmetic sand. So that's why I want to make that like dam first by stones.
Can I ask, how do you choose the position for the moss? Have you a philosophy?
Almost same as ferns, I think. And I start from big point, like here. I use many moss to the heavy point. When you go out, it's going to be less.
Can you also explain to us the concept of heavy point and weak point? What is it to you?
Golden ratio. So here is exactly center, but I make heavy point to here on the golden ratio. Today I use Pinnatifida UK. UK is Uttara Kannada, which is the name of a village in India.
And also for those of you who do not know, we have Green Aqua has ADA plants now, and all these plants are coming from India.
I just wonder that, what is your favorite plant?
I really like NYMPHAEA LOTUS because it's very heavy impression and very good color.
If the moss starts to spread away, then it will cover the pinnatifida. So what is your advice to maintain the moss?
I'm sure the pinnatifida is growing faster than moss. I don't think the moss will cover pinnatifida. I think it's even better for the roots of pinnatifida.
How do you trim moss?
Under part, the middle part, and the upper part. If I cut from upper part, its moss is going down and the cover to the another moss. So difficult to know where I cut or not.
Can you tell us how many pinnatifida did you use?
7 cups, I think.
That's a lot.
Yeah, because I don't pay, so. This part is like heavy point. I make space. I'm gonna plant many plants here, so that's why I wanna show more plants. I don't make bunch on the same line. Everything is different. So about stone arrangement, I think it's better to start from bigger plants, bigger wood, bigger stones. To arrange stones, I mean, make natural. You should use many stones, I mean, many different sizes. Mr. Amano always told me, don't make like a flower bed, you understand? Even when we made that tank, 40 meters tank, after we tried to do, he said, it's boring. After finished arrange the stones and we start to like planting or something, and we move in the tank and we stamp many stones and make move the stones. And after that, Mr. Amano said, finally it's getting natural. Don't need to think about so much. Just straw like this. Usually, Mr. Amano didn't explain so much, did not. So that's why we just see his work.
What is your main idea behind placing these stones?
I think I will try to make circle, but with winding shape, not exactly circle. I make like wide line to stop soil. Today I'm gonna use laplat sand to make more bright impression. So this is power sand, our products increase the nutrition inside of the soil. It's also good for water flow inside of the soil. I make space between stone and power sand. Can you see? It's for don't make nutrition come out to the water. Amazonia version 2 has less turbidity, so that's why easy to set up. It's also less nutrition, so that's why I increase by supplement. I'm putting Amazonia version 2 over the power sand and supplement. I start from heavy point, and this part should be more pinata vida. I'm trying to follow the irregular triangle. Can I say like that? I attach many pinata vida here and big place. But for example here, the outside is very small to make more balanced. UK has more reddish color than normal. Strong to attach on the wood. They follow the shape of wood. I'm gonna plant Anubias to the shadow part because it's strong to shadow part. I don't use Anubias nana because the main plants of this layout is pinata vida, so that's why I think if I use Anubias, it's too big, too much impression. And how to plant Anubias, it's same, it's like log, everything. Start from heavy point, and it's better to use like bigger ones.
I see that you're putting Anubias, but it is attached already to wood or lava or stone. Is it attached to something?
I need to tell that. Thank you. Yeah, it's already attached. Stones, small stones. And I start from biggers because this part is like center of the portion. It should be big, and outside it should be smaller than center. Hold by finger, and first you can wrap like with big space, Vascularia, SP. It's different as a viral moss. This time I only wrap on the stones. I'm gonna use TERRA line from Duo. This part is so many, but this part is only one. Yeah, something like that to make random. Yeah, Mr. Amano always say the nature should be random.
While you are working, we have some online questions. Why should I not wash the soil before I set up the tank?
Oh, because it's soil. He worry about turbidity, right? Just for setup, if you change water, it's over, so don't need to wash.
So second question, what is your best memory of Takashi Amano?
I made that 14 meters tank with Mr. Amano, and I charged the maintenance. And in the beginning, I made him angry a lot. But for the opening, he came to Lisbon, and he said to me, "Good job." That's enough for me. Now I'm missing 3 more plants. It's ELEOCHARIS vivipara, Cryptocoryne spiralis tiger, and Hydrocotyle torpatita. Cryptocoryne spiralis tiger is strongest in those 3. I'm gonna start to decide the place to plant Cryptocoryne by stick, as like Mr. Amano always doing like that. The one is of course on the heavy point.
Also, many people are divided between using moist on the soil before you plant or just planting in dry soil.
Oh, I'm sure it's better to be moist. When I plant in ADA, we fill the water until the same level as soil. It's make wet soil and easy to move soil. So first I'm gonna plant Hydrocotyle torpatita, my trees. I have my name on the trees.
I think that tripartita is also going to be a problem because it's going to run everywhere.
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. Should be go. I use grip type pinset for bigger plants like Cryptocoryne or something. I plant 4 pieces in the heavy point and 2 each outside, just for make the heavy point stronger. All the rest part are gonna be VIVIPARA. I really want to use VIVIPARA. You know, I wanna have plants like feel the sway of wind. I use only tape plants like VIVIPARA and Cryptocoryne to the background. So, which means I don't use the stemmed plants. So that's why you don't need to do big trimming. That's why you can keep good looks in your room as an interior. So everything is done. The biggest weight of maintenance is peanut feeder and VIVIPARA. VIVIPARA is really fast to grow, so that's why in the beginning you need to cut a lot.
It will attract the eye too much. It's going to be too heavy in the background.
Exactly. So that's why you need to cut, especially upper part, to make more see-through. And also the VIVIPARA will get too much big volume. The water flow is getting weak. If you keep less volume, you don't get algae problem, even inside of the VIVIPARA.
You swear?
Yeah. I want to explain about peanut feeder, how to maintain. It's like ferns. It's also, if they get too much big volume, you get feeling of pressure, so you need to make see-through.
Thank you so much for being here. Let's give a big applause to Araki-san. So guys, if you did not subscribe to the Green Aqua YouTube channel, please do not forget to do that now and hit that like button if you like Araki-san's work. And we'll see you next week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Goodbye. Bye. Cheers.